Just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right, you know? It's... offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second-guess people.
Throughout his career, Ricky Gervais has faced plenty of backlash for his provocative comedy style. In this video, we're going to look at some of the most memorable moments where Gervais completely went off on celebrities during live TV. One of the most iconic moments came when Ricky appeared on The View, where he completely humiliated Joy Behar over the issue of political correctness. Behar tried to corner him with questions about offense and woke culture, but Ricky came prepared, and there was no backing down. Before we dive deeper, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content...
Wellness and beauty influencer. As a celebrity, I know all about stuff, like science and politics. So trust me when I tell you who you should vote for. If you don't vote the right way, it's like a hate crime, and it makes me sad and angry, and I'll leave the country.
To like the video and subscribe to our channel. Over 99% of viewers watch without subscribing, but your support helps us reach a wider audience. It only takes a few seconds. Have you hit that subscribe button? Awesome. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Ricky Gervais is a firm believer that comedy should have the freedom to tackle uncomfortable topics and challenge ideas that many people may not agree with. His favorite targets? Celebrities and Hollywood elites. Gervais uses his platform to push back against woke ideologies, especially those championed by many of Hollywood's biggest stars. One of Gervais's trademarks is calling out the woke culture that dominates the industry. His annual Golden Globes hosting gig has become a stage for his infamous verbal takedowns of celebrities who support these ideals.
You know, which is a homophobic law, because you can't be sued the other way around. You can't be sued for saying someone's not gay if they are.
Like the Oscars' decision to cancel Kevin Hart over past jokes he made about the LGBTQ community. In Ricky's view, it's ridiculous to censor a comedian for a tweet that was made years ago. Over the course of his career, Gervais has made a name for himself by openly criticizing Hollywood stars who...
On Netflix last year, big backlash, wasn't there? Big backlash. People going, you can't say that.
These movements for over a decade, and his Golden Globe appearances are where he really lets loose. During the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, for example, he took shots at the political correctness taking over the film industry, with celebrities using their platforms to promote these causes. Ricky doesn't hold back, even on sensitive issues. For instance, he took aim at Jeffrey Townhall's portrayal of crossdressers during the early days of the trans...
I'd never heard that term, you know, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name, and even acknowledging that she used to be a man. But she did. I saw him on the Olympic Games. It was decathlete. It was in everything. It was all over.
That he's not afraid to go after controversial subjects that others shy away from. When it comes to the LGBTQ community, Gervais's remarks have drawn a lot of criticism, but he's stuck to his guns. He's made it clear that he doesn't believe in changing basic biology just to please politically correct standards. To him, comedy should have the freedom to joke about anyone, and the push for political correctness is something he refuses to participate in. One of the most controversial topics Gervais has tackled is the trans community. Despite the backlash, he continues to voice his thoughts on the issue, stating that the entire woke ideology surrounding it doesn't make sense to him. In one viral video, Gervais...
We assume, don't we? You wouldn't go up to someone on the street and do that, would you? And go to, oh, by the way, I'm not a fascist. You know, it's like they protest too much.
According to Ricky, woke individuals...
just because of their political influence, think they have the right to dictate the political decisions of the general public. His hilarious take on this type of celebrity activism really shows where he stands on the issue. One of the most hilarious moments on the internet came when Ricky Gervais took aim at celebrity influencers. His takedown of Hollywood stars has been seen as completely outrageous by the woke media, but over time, more and more people have started to agree with
Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about...
Stars often use their massive influence to push woke ideologies on their followers, and Ricky is one of the few outspoken voices who dares to call it out. At one of his Golden Globe appearances, Gervais didn't hold back. He took a shot at Marvel and other Hollywood companies for what he sees as a complete shift away from actual storytelling to formulaic, flashy superhero movies that only seem to push woke agendas and diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) mandates. To Gervais, Hollywood used to be known for its creativity, and it's important to call out this trend before the industry loses its soul. Gervais also slammed Marvel for relying on flashy, colorful cinematic gimmicks instead of focusing on authentic, engaging storytelling. It's no surprise, in his view, that Hollywood's
about them. I have never been upset by anyone on Twitter. I'm too happy.
He believes that the industry's push for political correctness and speech control, largely driven by woke culture, has hurt the creative output and overall quality of mainstream movies. One of Gervais's most notorious jabs came when he called out the entire Hollywood industry by tagging every celebrity at the Golden Globes as friends of Jeffrey Epstein, the notorious sex offender who was arrested for his crimes before allegedly committing suicide in police
Famine, fucking murder, than actual warfare. They're not doing anything towards those. They shouldn't joke about it. What are you doing towards...
The message was clear. Gervais is accusing Hollywood and the woke media of being complicit in controversial activities and trying their hardest to cover it up. He hasn't shied away from calling out the system, no matter the backlash. Gervais has also criticized Hollywood's transactional nature, particularly the way award shows are often used to reward celebrities who do the most to push woke culture forward. To him, these awards aren't earned through talent, but through the efforts to promote social justice agendas. Additionally, Ricky has repeatedly suggested that the woke media uses bribes and other forms of influence.
Laying down the law, right? That's all stuff like, comedy should punch up. You should never punch down.
Profile personalities. But somehow, Gervais has managed to weather the storm. Despite calls for his cancellation, he continues to make bold statements, leaving the woke culture shaken. What do you think? Has Ricky Gervais nailed it when it comes to Hollywood and its ties to woke culture? Or is he pushing it too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on his...
If you punch up, you'll miss the little cunt and he'll win, you know.
Throughout his career, Ricky Gervais has faced plenty of backlash for his provocative comedy style. In this video,
He likes the difference between metaphorical punching down in jokes and actual punching down. But people nowadays want you to believe that words are actual violence, right? Now, you laughed at a joke about beating up a disabled toddler. No one got hurt. If I'd have actually dragged out a disabled toddler and started beating him up, you wouldn't laugh.
At some of the most memorable moments where Gervais completely went off on celebrities during live TV. One of the most iconic moments came when Ricky appeared on The View, where he completely humiliated Joy Behar over the issue of political correctness. Behar tried to corner him with questions about offense and woke culture, but Ricky came prepared, and there was no backing down. Before we dive deeper, I've got a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying this content, please take a second to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Over 99% of viewers watch without subscribing, but your support helps us reach a wider audience. It only takes a few seconds. Have you hit that subscribe button? Awesome. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Ricky Gervais is a firm believer that comedy should have the freedom to tackle uncomfortable topics and challenge ideas that many people may not agree with. His favorite targets? Celebrities and Hollywood elites. Gervais uses his platform to push back against woke ideologies, especially those championed by many of Hollywood's biggest stars.
No, you don't, do you?
You think Steve Carell did it all? Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he, Steve Carell? He's amazing as the bumbling office manager. Where does he get his ideas from? Let's pay.
Calling out the woke culture that dominates the industry. His annual Golden Globes hosting gig has become a stage for his infamous verbal takedowns of celebrities who support these ideals. He's used his time at the Globes to speak out against things like the Oscars' decision to cancel Kevin Hart over past jokes he made about the LGBT.
You can just grow a pair and have a laugh about it. Yeah, but you shouldn't hurt people's feelings. Well, you can if their feelings are wrong.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like the facts, get